Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For the past 3.5 decades, ever since World War II ended, there's been the Cold War between the United States in the West and the Soviet Union in the East. But that Cold War has now turned hot. In May 12, 1981, the United States and her allies declared war upon the Warsaw Pact, seeing a bunch of nations on either side. This time I actually managed to get most of my friends into the conflict. So who joined us? Well, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland I was going to say. And I also was supposed to say Iceland. I was thinking I was going to say Ireland, but they bailed out on us. They are under United Kingdom, and United Kingdom didn't even join us. Then we have Germany, Denmark, Austria, Italy, Switzerland even, France, Portugal, Turkey, Greece, Syria apparently has decided to join in as well. Who else is on this side? Most of South America actually. Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, and most of Latin America. In Asia, however, it's a bit worse here. Philippines and the Republic of China, Sri Lanka decided to join in, and that's about it. In Oceania and Asia, we're doing pretty bad there. So who did join in on the Soviet Union side? Well, obviously it's the Soviet Union and the Warsaw Pact, so like Eastern Europe here, all the way to East Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, obviously, Hungary, Romania, and Bulgaria, as well as Albania over here too. What's a bit interesting is that the Benelux nations decided to join in on the Soviet Union side, which seems a bit uncharacteristic of them, to be completely honest. But we have Netherlands and Belgium that join in on the Soviet Union's call to arms against their fellow nations. Let's see how long it takes for Germany and France to completely squash that. They also got Pakistan in on their side, and who else? Iraq, Ethiopia, apparently Mozambique and Angola, who are apparently... Well, they did become communist dictatorship, both of them, didn't they? Yeah, maybe. Basically, the communist regimes of the world decided to join in on their side, which is, quite frankly, not very surprising. Not very surprising at all. So there is, a state of war. A state of war in the world. I'm a bit excited. This is the most action I've seen from this playthrough ever since it started. We also, an interesting tidbit that I noticed, the two arch enemies, at least in real life at this point, or for a long time after World War II anyway, and they're still not very good friends. The People's Republic of China, their only and closest ally is Japan. The same thing for Japan, they have no other allies but themselves. They decided to team up, forgive all past grievances, and just be good friends. In like 2 years or so before this war started, Finland decided to jump on over to our side, and I'm very thankful to have Finland there, and I also shipped over some more men. There's been a few years since the last episode ended, mostly because I was trying to speed through it and see if anything interesting could happen, like this for example. And this only happened because for some reason I got a containment war casus belli on Soviet Union, so I decided, you know what? Let's just go in and do that. What is this? Austria? No, we want Austria on our side. As a permanent member of the UNSC, intervention to stop the war. Veto the resolution. We don't want Austria to not be part of this conflict with us. We want them to help out. Come on, stop doing this. Everyone, stop what you're doing. Alright, we have a lot of men on the borders, and United States itself has also been mobilized. So there's a lot of mobilization going on. I think it was something insane, like 2,000 brigades or something of poor troops coming in. So we will invade Eastern Germany to begin with, because it's mostly empty right now. It's a prime opportunity to take some territory before the evil comes to mind. Oh, Czechoslovakia did they not join in? No, they didn't. I thought they did. I was absolutely certain they had. And apparently neither did... Are we not at war anymore? Or is it just not showing up? I was absolutely certain that they did at some point. Maybe they withdrew from one of those resolutions thing. Iran requests permission to maintain their current form of government, accept our differences. You know what? Demand install. Well, apparently a lot of people are going for white peace. That's... Well, I guess it ended. What? But it... But... It was supposed to be... It was supposed to happen. Why? Why did this happen? I didn't have a say in this. Okay, so the war ended. That was the most anticlimactic thing I have experienced in, quite frankly, a very long time. It is highly disappointing that suddenly the war ended. It was set up to be the war to end all wars, quite frankly. There was a few resolutions that UN tried to pass, and now apparently it's all over. It just ended. Out of nowhere. So, yeah, that's a thing. Great. I had looked forward to this massive conflict that would span across the world and be, quite frankly, the conclusion to the playthrough. That was essentially the purpose of this whole thing. Little did I expect that, well, nothing happened. So what to do now? I guess we could roll through and see if anything interesting happens. Otherwise, I believe this will be essentially the end, since there's not very much to do. I think this is much better single-player sort of material than I am saying single player to begin with. So I'm not saying anything like I'm not secretly playing with 3 other people controlling everyone else. No, it's more that it's more off-screen, not recording. Playing by yourself in your own comfortable pace, that kind of style, better than recording perhaps, because it's not very eventful. I mean, sure, it actually is quite eventful with the events happening. It's just not very engaging in that way. I have very little to actually do, very little to influence it. I built all these armies and brought them here to US, no, not US, but to Europe. 18 of them, each having 60,000 men. They should be fairly strong. And I find opportunity to declare war on the Soviet Union. I even have that opportunity now again to do that. But now we have... no, we don't, do we? When we add this war goal, this will happen. You know what? Let's do it again. Let's try it once more. Let's see. Most people will accept. Let's see if we can manage to do this again. Shall we? Yeah. And no one joined in. Maybe. There we go. Right. Austria condemns our nation's war. Sad, but the war goes on. Well, screw you then. Veto the resolution. Alright, so we didn't get any friends now? Ah, they are pretty mad at me. Come on, Germany. You wanna join in? No, they have a truce apparently. Everyone but me had a truce, so they didn't join in, even though they said they would. Well then, Austria, you can go do something else. I guess we're alone in the conflict once again. This is the only way apparently to have a conflict, is to be alone. Alright, we'll head into their land and try to take as much as we can. Now everyone is involved in it. Battle of Bratislava. There we go. First battle, Battle of Rostock. God dang it. You're gonna add some more help there against the Hungarians. And maybe gotta add some help against... Jesus Christ, Poland. Is that from before, when you have already called upon everyone? Because, holy God. That's just insane. That is insanity. 550,000 men. Well, at least the Hungarians are losing quite rapidly. DEFCON 2, it's war. So the only way to have a war is to not have your allies in it, because if you have allies in it, they will bail immediately and the war will end randomly. So it is kind of forcing me to be alone. I was so excited. So excited. I had a perfect opportunity to involve my friends in the war. It would be a great opportunity for bonding between each other. And everyone just disappears. Everyone. Can't have any friends when you're in USA. You don't have friends. Your friends have you. Oh no, this army is losing so badly. Can I retreat? Please, before it's completely destroyed. Why can't I retreat? There we go, now I can retreat. Lost that battle. Call for military aid in the war. Yeah, call for support. Now we are at war with everyone we were at war with before, except having no friends involved in it. So that's not great. That's not great at all. I just wish I knew what caused before when the war just ended. Haphazardly ended. As if it had never existed, really. No, you're waiting here. Syria wants to have help against Egypt again. God damn it. Fine, you can have a help against Egypt. Send some more friends to help out. Soviet Union. They're offering us the following terms. Contain Soviet Union. What? Already? Sure. Following terms contain the Soviet Union. Great, we contain the Soviet Union. We are successful in our mission, apparently. Because that's how it works. You have a few battles and then they give up. See? I ended the Cold War by turning it a bit hot for a hot minute. And now it's all over. Soviet Union is dead. Take that, Reagan. Should have learned from me. So is this the end of the Soviet Union or what? Medium Cold War tension? No, it just seemingly we won a war. And no one cares anymore. And now we're at war with these guys over here. Egypt. Well. That's a shame. Apparently we still need to have some sort of wartime rationing. Wartime rationing, where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, up here. Selective. Absolutely. Panama! You want to have an alliance? Why not? Go ahead. Have fun. Well, that was also a bit anticlimactic. Mostly because we did get a second war. True, we did get the war against the Soviet Union. That is absolutely true. But I am not planning on fighting against half of the universe alone. The reason why I was excited about the previous war and the possibilities therein was because I had friends with me. France, Italy, Germany would be a perfect setup for a third world war. Evenly split between the world, many partners in crime. It would have been epic. It would have been of epic proportions and proportions. But no, not at all. I could not have that. Instead, fought a war on my own against the entire Eastern Bloc, against the entire Soviet Union sphere, for about 5 minutes, and then it's all over. I don't even think it was 5 minutes. It was probably way less than that. Well, we demobilize our armed forces, and I honestly think that is it. I don't really see what else we can do. We had our little war with the Soviet Union. Containing them seemingly did absolutely nothing. It put nothing on them. Or maybe we just need to be a bit patient. You know what? We will wait and see. And if more things occur from this, then that would be cool. But if nothing else happens within, say, a few minutes, I guess that will be it. Reset our... No, we don't want to do that. Government funding, wartime rationing, there we go. And begin development of something. Great, let's do that. The SDI. Soviet Union proposes the SALT treaties. Strategic arms limitation talks were 2 rounds of bilateral conferences and corresponding international treaties involving the United States and the Soviet Union, the Cold War superpowers, on the issue of armament control. The 2 rounds of talks and agreements were SALT I and SALT II. Negotiations commenced in Helsinki, Finland in November 1969. Great, we will accept this treaty. SALT I or SALT II, maybe both. Let's have both at the same time. Oh, they have apparently not the strongest military power in the world anymore. Neither do we. Who does possess that? People's Republic of China, of course. And this infuriating thing. Oh, we did it. We established a space station apparently. Good job with the space station. So you're gonna dissolve yourself, Soviet Union? Are you gonna go through your things? We did win against you. We defeated you. Let's have some friendly chatter with the Soviet Union and see if they wise up. They are not the greatest in anything anymore. We still hold the sway over industry and prestige. I would have prestige almost, like, think culture. Think influence instead of prestige itself. Makes more sense. Soviet Union, industry, prestige. Industry is bad. Third place in the world. You're behind me and Japan apparently. And then there's the United Kingdom and Germany. Well, Germany is not a surprise there. But yeah, it doesn't seem like anything more will occur here. I think the Soviet Union will simply dissolve itself within historical parameters around 1989 or maybe very early 1990 or something. And quite frankly, I don't really feel like sitting around and waiting for that to occur. What we can do. What's Austria is in a conflict? Against Argentina? Is that the Falklands? Yeah, it's the Falklands. Alright. UN resolution to end Austria's conflict, sure. Support that. What we can do now is enact favorable multinational corporations policies. Yeah, that's what we want to do. And North American single markets. Let's have that be our crown jewel. There we go. We have the North American single market. Alright, I think that will be the end really, both of this video and this playthrough. Maybe we'll try again with the mod when it gets a bit updated and stuff like that, but the random ways the war ends and the fact that I really had no say at all in that it ended in the first place, the first time, that kinda sucks. Maybe somehow, mysteriously, we did not end up being the war leader and that's how it happened, but still, it's a bit of a slap in the face. Even though I can understand why with nuclear powers and stuff like that it would end, but I would like to have a choice in it. I would like to have it presented to me like, no, god damn it, we will continue the war even if all of our allies forsake us. But it simply ended. And the second war, all the allies say that they will join, no one joins. And yeah, that's kind of the end of it. Usually when they are having a truce or whatever that prevents them from joining, it says they can't join or they won't join. Says no, but they said it would and they didn't. So that sucks. Oh well, I guess that's it really. So the mod is called the Cold War Enhancement. I have a few qualms about it. For example, the population screen don't have black text on dark background. It's difficult to see. Some of the events that should give war goals don't. So sometimes it's a bit hard to do things. The tech is not... Like sometimes there's no tech at all and you just wait for something to happen. So stuff like that I hope to fix. Maybe I've just misunderstood the mod. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm misinterpreting or something like that. And also, if the war ends due to, say, the Soviet Union threatens to use nuclear weapons, which would make anyone really back off, you should have an event where you say to you, they are threatening with this. Do you want to end the conflict now, or you want to continue despite that and basically annihilate the world? And that did not occur. So I hope it's I'm just playing on an old version or something. But well, I'll take a look at it in the future. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, despite all the anticlimactic stuff that's been happening, and to see you around in the future in other videos on the channel. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.